Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a banger video for you today. This one's for the Ecom owners or the Ecom dudes who are like wanting to grow a brand. Kind of been getting a little fired up about this sort of just approach to brand building and how to succeed. And the truth is there's a lot of garbage out there. There's a lot of noise, but there's also a lot of different ways to do things. But I want to talk about today kind of like the lean, simple mindset and skill set that you need to really grow a brand that's profitable, a brand that's strong. And I want to start by reading this tweet. I saw this tweet and I just thought it kind of summed up a lot of my sentiments on this topic. So shout out Chris Orzakowski who sent me this tweet. We were chatting and he's a great follow by the way as well. But here we go. Okay. So much of D2C Twitter is completely clueless to what actually goes on in this space outside of the small bubble of brands everyone seems to continuously talk about. Almost everything truly valuable I've learned has come from operators quietly killing it from their spare room, doing obscene things while running 100x as lean as these other brands. Laugh when I see tweets or clips from podcasts of so-called gold or stuff that the average 17-year-old dropshipper could have told you. I really don't think most people know how much knowledge and skill there is in these lower leagues. There are brand owners and dropshippers making insane amounts of cash, not clinging onto an exit, needing to hit revenue targets of 200 million to get a decent payout, or shilling SaaS to get by. Just quietly going about it, staying lean and outmaneuvering everyone. Boom, what a great tweet. I'll link the tweet below, but this has been my experience. I studied direct response obsessively. Direct response is the age-old marketing of writing ads that elicit a response from someone in the form of typically a sale or an opt-in. So studying email, of studying messaging, of studying the model of just, okay, you need to make a sale for this business to grow, and then you need to sell that person something else to increase your profit. That is basically it. Like if you burn them on the first sale, they're not going to come back. And that's where dropshippers get it wrong sometimes when they're like, okay, if I can just get the one sale and make this ROAS right good enough, like, no. Then, like the word of mouth, the bad juju, I don't like that phrase, but that bad, bad product, a shitty business is going to have people not buy your stuff. That's why the whole drop shipping thing, like, it started out working, then everyone's like, oh, these are dog shit products, and it takes 6 months to get here from China, and it's not even a branded product, and this is dumb, and then all the ads started looking the same, and then the whole thing, goes through these cycles. It goes through these cycles of then it doesn't work, and then it does work, and then TikTok, and all these people are chasing that kind of like hype of like, oh, what's like working? And you know what works? Good products and good messaging and solving problems and emotional connection. That's what works. That is what always works, and that's what always will work. So in the D2C context, like there's all this noise of like, it's this app, it's this platform, like where is it now? And the truth is, there's this quote from Sean Puuri, because he has a $40 million ecom brand that nobody really talks about and that he doesn't really talk about that much. But just doing that on the side, there's a quote from him, and it was when he was going to start his ecom brand, and he was hearing all this, like noise about like what marketing and how should I do it. And he asked a mentor, it was funny, the way he told the story is in the same sentiment of this same tweet, the same topic. He was like, there's a lot of noise, so he's like, I went to talk to someone who kind of didn't really participate in the sort of Twitter circle jerk of D2C, and to get away from that noise. And he said, like, what do you think? Can I actually grow a brand like with Facebook ads? Do Facebook ads still work? Are they too expensive? And the guy said to him, you know what I think? He said, I think Facebook ads exist, and that is insane that they exist, and that if you can't, I'm paraphrasing now, but I think it was something like, if you can't get it to work with Facebook, like, you probably can't get it to work. And I think that's just like a great, that's not a hard and fast rule. There's different ways to grow brands for sure. But the idea being like, Facebook ads exist, as in like we don't need to just send mail letter like they used to in old direct response. You can literally pay Facebook $30 to show your ad to 1,000 people And it's like, if no one clicks through, that's on you. That's a shitty ad. And so Facebook exists. Like, that's crazy. That's the other thing in the D2C space. Everyone's bitching, Meta this, Meta that. It's the most insane, like, uh, advertising opportunity, like, ever. Like, it is a gift. Thank you, God. Thank you, Zuck. Like, it is a gift to be able to market on there. If your ads do not work, that is on you. So anyways, Facebook exists. And simplifying this even more is like, I heard Sean, I went to an e-commerce conference, the Capitalism Conference, great conference, I recommend it. That's Ryan Moran's work. Um, and Ryan, for context around the conference, is does a really good job of talking about branding and how branding is association and how your brand serves someone on a journey and that you should serve a person and all this great stuff. That is the antidote to a lot of the drop shippy winning product type messaging. But Sean gets up on the stage in the context of this very much like branding first, kind of like mission driven brand, and he said, do you know why most e-commerce brands like don't grow? Or what they need, and it was all messaging, audience, this and that, and he just said better Facebook ads. That's what you need. You need better Facebook ads. Oversimplification, maybe, but what I want to get at here is the lean truth around what it takes to succeed, and it's just a few things. Like I tweeted out yesterday, just this long list. I was brain dumping of all the agencies and the UGC and the SaaS and the this and the that, and it doesn't matter. What you need is a good product, good messaging that resonates, and then good Facebook ads and good email marketing. That's it. And a site for reviews, and I think I said an app for bundling things so you get your AOV up. That's basically it, because I talked about this in the last video, but the formula is basically just like, can you pay to get a customer, hopefully at a profit, at least at break even, and then can you know they're going to come back so you at least profit a little bit more, and then you grow that snowball. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it. And so there's this like, there's just so much like noise really about what it takes to succeed. A guy tweeted like, even with Shopify, like you could use a product page. Like you can still run traffic to a product page and have it convert like that. I'm not saying don't use landing pages, but you can still keep things pretty simple and win. You don't need 9 agencies, and you don't need to be doing all the optimizations that you hear people talking about. And that might be the biggest thing. You need a good product, so you need to kind of figure that out, and you need some messaging where it's like, this is who we are and this is who we serve. And it's like, yes, you need to find a way to get that to work. I'm not saying it's just guaranteed to work, but what I am saying is the essentials of how to grow and how to generate sales, they remain the same. Good ads, good product, people have good experience, a certain amount of them come back. And then you can just focus on that. Like I had to really, really focus on tuning out noise, because I used Shopify for a free theme. I built my own website. I just slowly tried to optimize for the conversion rate with things like reviews and banners and little sticky add to cart and just basic stuff like that you can put onto a landing page. I'm not talking about some crazy software. And then you go like, is this working? Okay. Is this working? Okay, yes, it's working. Do more of it. If it's working, do more of it. Not jump to some other platform, not hire some agency and outsource your ads. You can start with static ads. Don't even worry about videos. Can I get some static ads to work? Okay, boom. Can I do more statics? Okay, boom. Can I turn this theme into a video, and then can I keep iterating so I can get more ads that work, and then I can scale those ads? And this is where a lot of people go wrong. Like they overcomplicate it. Let me go back to Sean Puuri for a sec, because he was on this panel and he was talking about the first brand. He was like something like crystals. Like he was selling crystals to like middle-aged women on Facebook, because it was this like hype a few years ago. But he said, oh, we invested a certain amount of money. It didn't seem to be working, and then we quit. And he's like, but looking back, he's like, the numbers actually, like I was looking at it wrong. Like the ads were good enough if we kept going to, if we had the repeat purchase and whatever, you don't get to just jump in. It's like, oh, I don't have a 3x ROAS, like my business is dead. It's like maybe, but maybe not. And this comes back to just like, what do you need and what does winning look like? And sometimes people overcomplicate it, where really like if you're breaking even, you can keep going. Like if you can not lose money and acquire new customers, you're growing a business. Now, yes, you want to ideally be more profitable than just break even, but even that, if you can make $5 a sale, and you can start with 5 sales a day, 10 sales a day, get up to 100 sales a day. That's $500 profit. Like that's something. And then you start to get people coming back, and then maybe you get a bit better at ads, and maybe you add an upsell, and then that's like $8 or $10 profit. Then that's $1,000 profit a day. It's like, hey, this is starting to turn into a real business. You add another product that people can buy on the back end. You grow your ads even more. Now you're doing 200 sales a day at $10 profit. Now you're making $2,000 profit a day. You see how this starts to turn into a legitimate business where you can be cash flowing $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, and you've just done more of what works. So that's what I did. Like that's what I did, and I had to be disciplined about. I was hearing about the things. Different times I kind of tried to like jump ship, and I'm like, where should I go focus? And like Hormozy says this, and like, but it's kind of just like other people say it too. Like one channel, one avatar, one product to $1 million, and in ecom it's more like $5 million. So that's what you need. It's like if you don't have that and you keep jumping to something else, well, you're not gonna progress. So back to the brand owners who are watching this, you might have something that's working. You might be still struggling to find something that's working, and it is tough to get to that first like 10, 20K a month where people actually like your product, or you're getting good reviews, or you think you're onto something. That's tough. That's where like there is some ideation, there is some testing, there is some figuring out. Okay, can this be a brand? You might test some different things and some different angles. I talk about my approach to like stacking good product with good messaging with solving a problem. Like you just try to create like this, 3 sort of layered reason that people would buy into your brand, like good product and emotional connection and utility. So I talk about that a little bit. I think in the I forget. I'll drop some of the free guides below. I forget where I talk about that. Maybe I need to talk about that more. But once you create that and it resonates with people, it's like just use Facebook to turn that dial, to pour gas on that fire. Even if it means your profits go down a little bit, but you can grow. That's fine. So yeah, if you're that brand owner and you're kind of in that area, like keep it simple. Keep it simple and focus on what works. And like a lot of the time, like I think people actually move too far away from the direct response principles of creating a good ad that converts, and then having a strong email game that can sell those people something else, and you can get to $1 million a month doing this. Yes, at a certain point, like what I did was like, yes, you need to get maybe a Google Ads, like set up your Google Ads, but they're basically like set it and forget it. Like I paid an agency for a little bit. That was kind of a mistake. Like they just set them up and that's all I needed. Like people might disagree with me on that, but just some basic Google Ads, but you don't even need Google Ads till you're spending like 2K a day on Facebook. So like, once again, keep it simple. Like you don't need to be diversifying. Like you could easily spend 2K a day on Facebook, and that's like, if you're a 2 in platform ROAS 4K a day, that's like that's 120K plus a month there to even start getting Google Ads going. And so it's just like, it's just simplifying what you need to do. And this is, yes, I don't know if maybe you're doing your own fulfillment, like maybe you're building your own product, maybe you've got other things to do, but this is like basically you learning how to do ads, you learning how to do good email, you learning how to create messaging that resonates with people. And when you look at it that way, it's like, I don't even know what these D2C people are talking about, because this is the fundamentals of what it takes to build a lean brand that doesn't need investors. Like you can talk about investors when you're at $1 million a month, or when you're at 500K a month, if you need to like buy a building or something, or like inventory can be a constraint. I get that, depending on what it is. But yeah, just all these conversations and all this noise around the sort of like what's working and like this and that, and then brands not even being profitable, and then these people selling courses while their brand like doesn't even work, and it's like it's just weird, right? And so there's a few people really doing this right. I saw this tweet from this dude that I'll link below. I was talking to Chris yesterday. Sean Frank from Ridge Wallet is a great example of this. He has that great tweet that's like, all you need to get to $10 million is a product and a Facebook ads account. He doesn't even say email. And that's like the same kind of attitude. I've worked with a few people kind of just like just for free because I like what they're doing, and chatted with them and encouraged them. And I've seen this happen with another young guy who launched this brand, and he just about cracked 100K a month, just ripping ads. I don't even think he's doing that much email. And it's really cool to see it. It's really cool to see it happen. It's been my experience. And so if you're trying to scale and you're trying to grow, like, get really simple with it. Do you figure out what you need to do to move the needle? And if your ads are working, and that's another video, like, are my ads working or not? It's like, well, are you going into the negatives in your bank account? No? Well, keep going. Like, you'll know if stuff isn't working. And typically that means like you want to be in platform between a 2 and a 2.5 ROAS typically. And typically you get below 2 or 1.8, like you're probably going to start losing money. Anything above a 2.5 gas pedal scale, that's kind of like the rule. And then it's like kind of just like know your AOV and know your cost per acquisition that you can't go above. So if like your AOV, like know that and try to push that. So like get that to, like I say, $75, $80 is better. You can do it at 70, 65, but that gets dicey. And then it's like, okay, product cost and fulfillment is $20. Let's just go with an AOV of $80. Product cost and fulfillment is $20. I can spend $60 to acquire a customer. Yes, that's too tight. So it's maybe you want to say 55, and then that leaves maybe $1 or $2 profit. And then it's like, I know I'm laughing if it's below 50. That might surprise you. You're like, damn, I'm stressing about a $32 cost per acquisition when I could be scaling with 50. And I can double my ad spend, and I actually can take this brand from 10K a month and all these distractions about how you grow this brand, and I can just sit down and I can plug in like more money. So this definitely builds on a good product and good messaging, which I've talked about in other videos, but I think that's it. If you like this stuff, this was more niche. So I hope this hits some ecom owner who's like excited about growing their brand and they just needed to hear this, that just to focus and just to use Facebook and just to like, okay, if this works, I'll do more of it. I hope this reaches you. If this helps, please drop a comment. Please drop a like. I think that's it for now, guys. I'm out. Peace.